Piers Morgan says Game of Thrones promotes barbaric way of life. Warning: article contains spoilers for Season 8. Piers Morgan has come for Game of Thrones, insisting that it would kill your brain cells to watch an episode. Game of Thrones has only just aired the final episode of Season 8, the last ever episode for the series overall. The Good Morning Britain host decided to tune in to see what the fuss was about, and watched a scene from the Iron Throne where Jon Snow Kit Harington murders Daenerys Emilia Clarke out of fear she would turn into a tyrant. How could any grown adult watch this ridiculous bilge and take it remotely seriously? He wrote in his column for Mail Online. Piers described it as like Dungeons and Dragons, only with the addition of sickeningly depraved sex, sleazy whorehouses, shocking incest, and witches giving birth to murderous smoke monster babies. And fans of the show, he added, it shamelessly promoted bullying, manipulation, stupidity, sadism, misogyny, malice, sexism, greed, rape and brutality. And the good guys always ended up dead, while the villains invariably survived and thrived. He also claimed Jon would be time-sucked and jailed if he were a real person in the world today. Despite admitting that he thought the production was brilliant, he celebrated the fact it is all over. The 1 million fans who signed the petition to have Season 8 remade might agree with him. Game of Thrones is available to watch on Sky Atlantic and Now TV. If you've got a story, video, or pictures, get in touch with the metro.co.uk entertainment team by emailing us, calling 020-3615-2145, or by visiting We'd love to hear from you. Ads keep our content free for everyone. Please note that the Interactive Advertising Bureau IAB describes online personalized advertising through the below definitions. We put the storage of information, or access to information that is already stored, on your device, such as accessing advertising identifiers and / or other device identifiers, and / or using cookies or similar technologies. The collection and processing of information about your use of this site to subsequently personalize advertising for you in other contexts, i.e. on other sites or apps, over time. Typically, the collection of information, in combination with previously collected information, to select and deliver advertisements for you, and to measure the delivery and effectiveness of such advertisements. This includes using the collection of information, in combination with previously collected information, to select and deliver content for you, and to measure the delivery and effectiveness of such content. This includes using the collection of information about your use of the content, in combination with previously collected information, used to measure, understand, and report on your usage of the content. Ads keep our content free for everyone. We use additional third-party advertising companies who serve ads to help keep content free. For these partners, you will continue to receive advertising, however, it may not be tailored to your likely interests. Well, check in with you. Great. Thanks for choosing. You have opted out from our advertising partners.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. You fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up